This is your Barbados Today news update for Thursday, December 16th. Robust talks are continuing on government safe zone initiative. Prime Minister Mottley made a disclosure at Wednesday's press briefing, even as union leaders stressed the need for continued dialogue.
And the fact that we have, as I said, signed off on the safe events and safe proceedings today with the others is a good sign, okay? But, and I take Ms. Moore's point that maybe safe zone is not the right phrase because you can't eliminate risk. So there will always be some risk at some point, as the doctors will tell us. But what it is that it allows us to manage risk in a credible way for the long haul. And that's what we're trying to do.
Chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Tricia Tannis, is anxious for the matter to be settled.
I think it is clear that we do need to come to the middle to agree within the social partnership as to how we're going to proceed in this very contentious issue. We do think it is unnecessarily contentious, quite frankly, and that we all have to step back and remember why we're doing what we're doing. And certainly from the private sector's perspective, we appreciate the view of the government that the big picture is that we're trying to keep Barbados safe.
General Secretary of the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations, Dennis DePita, wants the matter fully ventilated among members of the social partnership.
Part of the Congress's argument all the time that we need to understand the concept, and to do that we have put it on the agenda of the social partnership with the hope of having a full discussion so that we can come to the understanding that all the partners can walk away feeling very comfortable in how we apply whatever arrangements that we have discerned are the correct approaches or strategies that we will want to follow so that we have a level of standardization.
General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Tony Moore, suggested a name change for the safe zones, even as she stressed it cannot be a one-size-fits-all plan.
We have contended that to a very large extent, maybe the word safe zones alone is a misnomer, because there's no way that you can actually make a space safe. We can put measures in place to assure that maximum safety is assured, but we can never make a space completely safe. We have also contended as a union that these issues and protocols have to be examined on a case-by-case basis. When we met with the private sector in a courtesy meeting following the new president of the private sector assuming position, we reiterated that fact, and that in unionized environments, for sure, there has to be discussion because there will be no one-size-fits-all. And when we talk about safety, you not only talk about safety of staff, but what about customers coming into spaces? And what about other conditions like the physical layout of the organizations or institutions and so on? So we believe that the whole issue of safe zones is one that requires very full consultation, and we commend.
In other news, there are still no clear timelines for the resumption of face-to-face classes, but Prime Minister Mottley told the nation's children the matter is being carefully examined. She stressed that their safety comes first. She made the comments while delivering the feature address at the Leadership Badge presentation at the Wilge Gymnasium yesterday.
Feel for many of you, because I know that you are longing for your online school days to come to an end, that you're longing to be able to mix with your friends again and to go into a classroom and learn. And we're going to try and work with you and your parents because we know that that is what all of us want. But we need to do it safely, and we need to make sure that you, as you do it, can also be safe, because you don't want anybody harming anyone or getting sick. So my friends, be proud. Be conscious that even though these have been 2 difficult years, that we feel you, we have you, and we will work with you to make up for the time that you may have lost in the last 2 years.
Congratulating all those students presented with leadership badges, Prime Minister Mottley reminded the children that being leaders meant they must know right from wrong, stand up against bullying and other issues affecting their peers, and inspire others.
Leadership is also about being able to inspire others to do something that you want to do with a common mission, correct? So that your ability to be able to engage and talk with, not talk to or at, but talk with people. And to remember that not everybody has the same attributes, not everybody looks the same way, not everybody can do the same things, but everybody is worthy of our respect and our care. And if you can do these things while doing the marine biology or the law or the equestrian or the other things that people said to us just now, or being a cricketer or being an accountant or being like Rihanna or being a politician, if you can do those things, then believe you me, you will be honoring the faith that we have put in you this morning to be the leaders of our country.
Activity in the cruise sector is on the rebound. Word of this from Divisional Manager of Operations, the Barbados Port Inc., Ian Stewart, as he welcomed the Enchanted Princess cruise ship at the Bridgetown port on the first of 5 calls for the winter season on Wednesday.
The 2 Princess vessels will be among the 336 cruise ships calls scheduled for the port of Bridgetown during the period October 2021 to April 2022. These calls represent a total capacity of approximately 620,000 berths. Vessel occupancy levels are currently around 60%. Notwithstanding current limitations associated with the safe return to cruise, we are excited to welcome the return of our cruise guests. We are happy too that initial sailings have been successful, a trend we hope that will continue and that will inspire confidence in increasing bookings to help meet the pent-up demand of cruise passengers who are eager to enjoy cruise vacations and all that we have to offer once again.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, my name is Michelle Thompson. I'm a visually impaired person. I am also a member of the National United Society of the Blind of Barbados. I am vaccinated. I took the vaccination due to the fact that I am diabetic, I'm asthmatic, and I also have high blood pressure. I had no side effects. Everything went calm and smooth, as my doctor said it would go. Please, people, go ahead and do the right thing.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get back to living.
To regional happenings, mixed views from Bahamians on this year's staging of Carnival. Operators who were first denied by the Ministry of Health last week are awaiting a final decision expected Thursday, but the public appears divided on the issue.
Residents contending that operators should be given the green light for several reasons.
We've been through a lot of struggle this whole pandemic, so I think they should open the carnival and at least let some spirits, remain a little bit high.
That's the only recreation for the children for the Christmas holiday, so they should open it. It shouldn't be that big of a concern. The cases are as low as right now.
Meanwhile, others say that carnival could operate with some restrictions to ensure that operators aren't putting the health and safety of individuals at risk.
It's enough space on all them rides. They say only a certain people could go.
Making sure sanitation is there and people are social distancing and whatnot, just follow the procedures.
But on the flip side, these residents say that carnival should not operate as they believe it could pose a greater threat to the health and safety of those attending.
It's a health risk to everybody who go there because people don't know how to stay distance.
The majority of persons who will be going to the carnival are children, and I think that they're not going to clean off the rides before another child comes on. So I think it's more risky.
Whether vaccinated or not, it's still spreading and new viruses and new variants continue to come on. So if it's closed down, it's closed down.
Derek Chauvin, a white former Minneapolis police officer convicted for the murder of George Floyd, pleaded guilty on Wednesday in a federal court in Minnesota to separate charges that he violated Floyd's civil rights during the black man's murder, reversing his not guilty plea in September. But members of Floyd's family are not impressed.
It's going to be a long process, I would like to say that much. But honestly, hearing what Derek Chauvin said in the courtroom, it's not what exactly we wanted. We wanted this in the beginning of the trial, the state trial, but he's pleading guilty. But again, it's not because he wants to; it's because this is what it is.
I don't expect an apology, and I don't honestly care to have one. He knew what he was doing. He had 9 minutes and 29 seconds to understand what he was doing and stop kneeling. He chose not to. What I want to say, I don't think it's suitable for all of these cameras, but very bad thoughts. You know, I want him to feel the same pain that we felt watching the video. I want him to feel the same pain that he inflicted on George Floyd.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.